There's that old accusation, have you ever talked with a woman? Brought up anytime you bring up men's issues or you say anything negative about the opposite sex. And my response to that is, uh, women aren't fully aware of their own psychology. So why would I talk to them about it? I mean, men aren't aware of our own psychology for the most part. How much less the woman? No. Here's a video from Cheer Denise where she talks about Anna Wintour. Now, Anna Wintour basically uh, got by on presentation. She always displayed a particular aura about her, and that got her places, and she can't figure it out. She also doesn't understand what appeals to men. So let's hear a bit of this.
I mean, what even is that statement? Who is this person who takes no responsibility for themselves? Who is just a little brat stealing up and acting as though she's really been injured? Somebody's really done her a grave injustice by not giving her a job she wasn't qualified for.
That's Anna Couture or Wintour. I want to say Couture so bad. Anna Wintour, she's talking about, the famous fashionista, right? But she did know something. She did know her fashion, and she didn't need to know anything else, right? And what's that old expression? There's no I in team. Are you a team player? If you're a team player, you're a peon. People who reach the top are not team players. Anna Wintour knew that, right? And her attitude is one that got her places, right?
How could you ever show up and just undermine people like this and think it wasn't going to burn you later? I don't know because it didn't.
There you go. You don't understand human psychology, Chair. People love bullies, right? I want to destroy this idea that women throw around, like if a guy is aggressive, people respect him, and if woman is aggressive, they don't. Anna Wintour defeats that idea. She was in your face. She was completely narcissistic. She was a complete bully, and people did respect her. They walked around her with on eggshells, and they promoted her.
Y'all, I don't understand what is happening with this person. I don't understand why so many men can't pull their eyes off of her. I don't understand how she is not fired for her bad.
I can tell you why men are attracted to her. See, she doesn't understand male psychology. Uh, I know I don't have enough context really, but she talked about Anna was like a teenager who gave off the vibes that she was mature, even though she wasn't. And she hung around an older crowd. So you're not likely to notice a teenager in high school surrounded by other teenagers. But guys thought there was something there because in a room full of 20 and 30-year-olds, she was in her teens. And you think, oh, she must be a savant, or a prodigy, right? And also, she knew how to display herself. She didn't say much. Cheer, guys worship women. And that's why mystery is so important to us. It's not that women are mysterious, you aren't. Just men need you to be the mysterious if we're going to worship you. And Anna Wintour sat around and made herself available to men, right? The vibe gave off was that I'm looking at you positively. She'd like male attention. She'd give off that vibe. She'd give off the hints to the guys. So the guys would see this very young person who seemed very mature, they don't know anything about, and she was signaling to them, like, go ahead and interact with me. That's why men found her sexy. Also, she didn't wear up a lot of makeup. Cheer. Women don't wear makeup for men. They wear it for each other. So again, guys would look at this girl and say, "Oh, she's not full of herself," even though she was.
Attitude. I do not understand how she continues to manage to stay on and how she continues to manage to climb through the ranks. Is everybody stupid? I mean,
Well, in a way, yes. People don't have principles, cheer. She put on a proper display, a mask, and it worked for her. I mean, this is fashion. It's all about appearances. So she did the right thing. She put on the right appearance and it attracted both men and women.
if she believed, if she went through the world thinking she was superior, I almost can understand why she thinks that because all of her actions have no regular person consequences. She
Exactly. But this is just an exaggeration of the female experience anyway. Everyone listening, why is Cheer Denise putting up so many videos? Because she has a working class husband. She's a trad wife. Cheer, you're a trad wife. Your husband's working while you get the time off. You have the kids and you supposedly look after the kids. But so what are we doing? We're seeing you talk. I don't mind that, but I'm telling you, your lifestyle is on female privilege. You've got a working servant, male servant, that pays for the bills while you do this. Anna Wintour is just an exaggerated version of that.
she's not attractive, but everyone thinks she's beautiful. She's mean as a snake, but that doesn't seem to ever have any consequences with what job she can have and who she can work for.
Exactly, exactly. Mean as a snake. That's right. Thank you, Cheer, because you're again dispelling this idea that there's double standards for men and women, right? When it comes to the people being attracted to the bullies. What it is, men appreciate other men who climb because men know we have to get by building status. So you see a man who's hard on his underlings, you're saying that guy's climbing, he's gaining status. I want status, he's gaining status, so I respect him. But with women, you don't need status. Who are you? You're a nobody, and you've got a man working for you, right? So when a woman gets, aggressive and bullying, a lot of guys don't like it because they're saying, "Why are you doing this? You don't need to be like this. I want you to be nurturing. I want you to like me. I have to fight with my fellow men constantly. I want women to actually like me." That's it. If there's any double standard, that's where it comes from.
She has no writing skills, but she becomes an editor. I mean, talk about living in some kind of other dimension of reality. For the rest,
No, no, no. Cheer. She's living in this dimension. This young woman knew enough to latch on to men in positions, and that's how she climbed. Even in the fashion industry, she knew not to bother sucking up to women. It was the men that she sucked up to, and it worked for her.
rest of us, we have to mind our P's and Q's that we might have friends. For the rest of us, we actually have to work at things if we ever want to have a job that uses those skills and talents that we previously did not possess.
Two things. One, she didn't want any friends. She was a narcissist. Okay. That's the first thing. And the second thing is she really did have talent. She knew she had a talent and aptitude for fashion, appearances, and she wrapped her life around it since she was very, very young. So by the time she was 20, she actually had a lot of experience. You don't need to know anything else.
For the rest of us, we have to work at being beautiful. We can't just walk out like a homely librarian and be called beautiful. I mean, I'm
But she wasn't particularly beautiful. She just appealed to men. That's not the same thing, Cheer.
struggling to understand what world she lives in. All right.
She lives in the world where women have privileges that men can only dream of. That's the world. Now, everyone, listen, what if you want to understand human psychology, why would you talk to Cheer Denise? She doesn't understand. She's a woman, she doesn't understand human psychology, right? There was one other thing. Oh yeah, 2,300. Here, a woman actually gives her a boost, right? Anna Wintour was always hanging around the places to gain opportunities, and one came her way.
Graduated from the Parsons School of Design. With a reputation for discovering and nurturing new talent, Donovan liked what she saw in Anna and hired her as a junior editor. The fact that Anna had worked for Harper's and Queen also helped. The two magazines had Hearst corporate ties. Mazzala in New York was on the masthead of Harper's and Queen as an editorial director, a position having to do with Bazaar's editions in countries around the world. Anna started on the bottom rung again as a $12,000 a year junior fashion editor. She appeared for the first time on the masthead in January 1976. She didn't have an easy go. Her British frost and in-your-face ambition.
Yeah, as you can see, some woman who was in the fashion industry took a liking to her. Why? Right? She's a snake. She's a bully. She's not nice. She had the right appearance. She put on the proper appearance. The appearance of confidence, of knowing what she was talking about, whether she did or not, of uh, taking no prisoners, of not caring what people thought. She put on all the proper appearances, Chair. And it affects the women just as much as the men, right? So just gained opportunities. She knows what's important, the importance of appearance and fashion. Everything else she just learns as she goes along, or gets into a top position and she finds someone else who can do it and she delegates. That's the other skill set you need, knowing how to delegate. You find someone who's excellent at something, you get them to do it, and then you stand on their shoulders. You're the chief editor. If she really wasn't very good at editing, she could turn around and just get a bunch of people who are good at editing. Hire them. They're underneath her. She just gives them an article and says, here, edit this. Problem solved. Anyway, the whole gist of this video is that this is to debunk the old, have you ever spoken to a woman? Women don't understand their own psychology any more than men understand ours. If you want to know uh, what motivates people, you don't ask a woman. Sometimes people mistake being truthful with being insightful. You know, like you'll see it when women go after like Me Too Johnny Depp. All of a sudden, women were very truthful about other women's motivations. Say, oh, they're after my boy Johnny. And I can see what she's trying to get out of it, right? But being truthful is still not the same as being insightful. The average woman doesn't understand her own motivations most of the time, right? So you go by how people behave, not by what they say. Okay? We'll end it here.